starts now.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us on the WWL Louisiana News at 4. I'm Devin Bartolotta. Here are today's top headlines. A parking garage by Touro's main hospital is closed after a fire. It broke out this morning in the Delachaise garage, leading to an evacuation of the Buckman Health Center. Luckily, the New Orleans Fire Department was able to put it out and no one was hurt. The man accused of setting 9 cars and a home on fire in the Bywater earlier this year now faces a federal charge. Investigators say cameras show Kyle Thompson opening unlocked vehicles and torching them. They also say he set a duplex on fire. All 4 residents did escape safely. If convicted on that federal arson charge, he'll face 20 years in prison. We now know the name of a teenager killed in a shooting Monday in Algiers. Today, the coroner identified the victim as No Padilla. New Orleans police say 2 groups of men got into an argument on Socrates Street just after 2 that morning. When one group tried to leave, the other group shot at them. Padilla was killed and another person was hurt. There's no word on the other man's condition. If you know anything that could help investigators, call Crime Stoppers. A man at the center of a high-profile New Orleans murder case will spend up to 30 years in prison. Benjamin Beale was originally charged with second-degree murder for the 2022 death of Julia Dardar. Prosecutors say he dismembered her body and put it inside a freezer. Beale was set to go to trial last August, but that was delayed. Court records show Beale accepted a plea deal in February, and his charge was reduced to manslaughter. And we're joined now by Alyssa Curtis, who's been working to learn more about these new developments today. Alyssa, I know a press conference was held not too long ago. Can you tell us any more about why that charge was reduced?
Yeah, Devin, we just heard from District Attorney Jason Williams, and he said there's 2 main reasons why they agreed to a plea deal of manslaughter. The first is to really spare the family from what would have been a gruesome and disturbing case. The details of this case, they say they have a mountain of evidence, but it is so disturbing is the word that the DA used. They would have to go through likely weeks of seeing that evidence and reliving this trauma over and over again. So they really consulted with the family, and the family agreed to this plea deal. The other part of this that Jason Williams said was that there was a possibility that the defense argued that this was an issue of insanity. The district attorney said that there was a real possibility that Benjamin Beale's attorney would have said that he was not in the right state of mind when this murder took place. But they also said that they have evidence that this was not an issue of insanity, that he was in the right mind when he murdered Julia Dardar. But we asked a little bit more about that and the possibility of a jury kind of siding with that insanity plea. And the district attorney said, you know, nowadays, people have a better understanding of mental health and their own respective mental health, but it gets really confusing when you bring that into a court, when you talk about competent to stand trial and things like that. The also gruesome nature of this murder, one of the attorneys in the district attorney's office said that because this was such a heinous crime, that the jury would likely say, you know, this was so disturbing, so heinous that no one could possibly do this in their right mind. So those are the 2 main reasons they agreed to this, Devin.
A lot of information that just kind of came across your desk here, so we're going to check back in with you at 5 o'clock, but thank you so much for that important update. We appreciate it. And remember, you can always find the latest updates on this story and all of today's headlines on our website, our free smartphone app, and on our social media pages.